Okay, good afternoon and welcome to I was going to say sun-kissed, but I don't think we're quite there anymore. It's Hallam Sports Park as we await the welcoming of University of Sheffield Women's first team and the Sheffield Hallam University Women's first team for today's varsity matchup. We're approaching 5:30 here on this Wednesday afternoon. We are about an hour and a half removed from the end of the men's game, which finished in a 1-1 draw, very competitive fixture. My name is Ryan Batty. I'm joined today on Forge TV with Owen Roberts. Owen, how are you doing today, mate?
I'm very good, thank you, Ryan. Really looking forward to this. I think it'll be a fantastic matchup, a great way to end the season. Two of the top three from the league season, so I think it'll be a close game.
Well, you mentioned there a second ago, Sheffield University are league champions for the third season on the spin, whereas Sheffield Hallam finished in a respectable third position. They were joint third at the end of the season, about 5 points off the top of the table. Sheffield, of course, only won the title on goal difference at the end of the year. Superior goal difference, should I say, to second place. The teams are currently out. We're actually in a bit of doubt over the Sheffield Hallam first 11. We've been given a squad list of 13, but I think we're going to spend the first couple of minutes just deducing which of the 13 have made it into the final starting 11. For Sheffield University, however, there's no such worries. We've got the starting 11 for you today, and I'm just going to run you through that very quickly before we get underway. In goal is number 1, Maisie Miles. Number 2, Molly Reaney. Number 3, Emily Ind. Number 4, Amy Nowell. Number 5, Evie Driscoll-King, who is the skipper today for University of Sheffield. Number 6, Mia Brown. Number 7, Poppy Gibson. Number 9, Eve Bennett. Number 10, Molly Ashman. Number 13, Maeve Brown. And number 14, Naomi Cooper-Jones. We're expecting Sheffield University to start in a roughly 3-5-2 formation as the two captains now stood in the centre circle, just having a little chat with the referee, coin toss and the like, just making sure we know who's kicking off first. Owen, what do you expect from this game?
I think it'll be really close. I think, like we say, the two sides are relatively closely matched in the league. I know Sheffield University got the win in both of the league fixtures, but you know, it's a different ball game, isn't it? Varsity. I know Sheffield Hallam will be keen to get revenge for the last 5 meetings. So I think it'll be a great way to finish the season.
100%. Now we're ready for kick-off as two sides in front of you. Sheffield University kicking right to left, Hallam left to right, as you can see there on your screens. Referee just double checking with both keepers that are ready to go underway, and we are live. There we go. Forgot to start a stopwatch. There we go. But a quick battle there in the centre circle as we get underway. Quick tackle there from Caitlin O'Callaghan, fresh on the pitch today for Sheffield Hallam as they win a free kick in the quite high up in the University of Sheffield half, just on the edge of the centre circle, should I say? Okay, about 30 seconds behind on the stopwatch. That's good. Flies into the box, and it's just past anyone's head there. And out for a University of Sheffield goal kick, Maisie Miles to take. Yeah, just eyeing up that formation there. Maybe a bit peculiar, the 3 at the back. I think we were told it would be a right back and a left back combination, but it's looking a little bit more like 3 centre backs. Goal kick launched over the top, only as far as the Hallam number 11 Charlie Doherty. Although University of Sheffield win the ball back, and it's chased down there by Eve Bennett. Won the ball there by Hallam, and Hallam just trying to keep it on the touchline there. Very well done by O'Callaghan. Tries to go down the line, but it's well intercepted by Molly Reaney. I am going to get familiar with these names, as I will let you know. Cagey first sort of minute and a half here at Hallam Sports Park. As I say, the sun's sort of setting now, as University of Sheffield just kicked that ball into touch there. That was Maeve Brown there. Throwing down the line for Hallam. Just trying to shepherd out the player, University of Sheffield, but no, I think it's going to be a first corner of the afternoon for Hallam. Well, it was the men's game not long ago where Sheffield Hallam equalised late on to secure that 1-1 draw I'm not quite sure what that does for varsity points, I'm not going to lie. But Hallam will be looking to, as Owen said before, to avenge 5 consecutive defeats. Corner, outswing into the box, cleared away almost, not too far, but it's eventually got away only as far as Bennett. Bennett now going to sort of take out to the left side position. Advances back inside, little driving ball, trying to look long, but it's intercepted well by Hallam. Hallam on the end of it now. O'Callaghan, and it just races through to Maisie Miles in the black and gold goal. Goal kick launched forward. Bennett picks it out. Nice little ball there to Ashman if she can quite get it, but I don't think it is. It's going to Hinchcliffe's going to cut it out. Bit of back and forth now in the first opening stages of this this varsity encounter, the main event, some would say. Today's footballing festivities. The 2s and 3s have already played for the women's team. I'm not quite sure on those results, but this, of course, is the first team for each team. A lot of really well seasoned professionals in this in these 2 teams. Oh, and have you got the team there for Sheffield Hallam? We managed to deduce it. Yeah,
I'm not 100% sure on the formation yet, but the team is number 1, Ellie Sharp in goal, number 2, Shayna Cameron, number 3, Eden Hinchcliffe.
I'm going to have to cut you off there, mate, as Sheffield University was just trying to find Bobby Gibson there, coming into the left channel, but it's well snuffed out by Ellie Sharp. Back to you, Ellie.
Number 4, Ellie Miller, number 5, Holly Purcell, number 6, Molly Graham, number 7, Chloe Morehouse, number 8, Maddie Francis Creaser, number 9, Caitlin O'Callaghan, number 11, Charlie Doty, and number 12, Jessie Broadhurst.
Excellent, thank you very much. Well, that takes out a little bit of confusion, doesn't it, now?
I think possibly 3 at the back here for Hallam.
Yeah, quite possibly.
These are similar formations, possibly.
Quite adventurous shapes, you'd think, wouldn't you? You in these sort of games, you're more likely, especially in the men's game. Before we saw, 4-4-2, 4-3-3, that sort of thing. But both 3 at the back, fair enough. They're
far more expansive, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
3-5-2, far more opportunity to get the ball wide and get the ball into the box.
Packing their midfields out.
Yeah.
As I say that, it's Poppy Gibson now, just trying to find a ball out wide to Maeve Brown, but it's cut out by Hallam. Hallam are just advancing in just up to the D. Cleared away. It's Ashman now. Ashman takes the ball down, holding it up well. Shouts of a referee there. Looking to spread out wide now to Brown. Brown advancing past on that left wing. That's a lovely run, a lovely ball. As she approaches now, tries to put a little decisive ball into the box, but it's intercepted, a bit more of a block, and taken by Ellie Sharp there as Hallam looked to recover. Molly Graham on the ball now. She fires forward. Bit of a missed touch there as University of Sheffield can recover. It's gone out for a Uni-Off throw-in. Oh dear. So what have you made of the first couple of minutes then, Owen? What do you think?
It's been relatively end-to-end, hasn't it? No real clear-cut chances at either end just yet, but a lot of the ball being played in the middle of the park. Maybe you'd expect that with the packed-out midfields like we previously discussed. But still, I think, waiting for the game to fully take shape as of yet.
Yeah, exactly. As Uni-Off with that throw in there on the far side of the pitch. It's just gone out for another bit of for another throw in. In to take. Down the line. Headed away by Hallam. And that's Brown looking for Bennett. Bennett wins the ball. She's got plenty of room. Has a shot, and it's well saved by Ellie Sharp. Probably just didn't quite get all of that one. As Sharp launches down the field. Sheffield pick it up in the middle of the park, looking for someone up front to get onto it. But Hallam recover the ball. A searching ball, but it's well picked up by Maisie Miles. Good command of the area there. Miles now, drop kick, it's going to land sort in the centre circle, and it's headed by Hallam. Hallam now advancing down this right side. Good touch there by Doherty. Another fresher in the ranks for Sheffield Hallam. On the books at Sheffield United, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Morehouse now on the right side. Lovely ball into the box. It's going to be dealt with. Is it by Sheffield University? Not quite all of it, but the Uni of can try and get it away only as far as O'Callaghan for I was about to say the visitors then, but I'm not quite sure who would be considered the home team in this game.
It's a neutral venue, isn't it?
Neutral venue,
Possibly.
yeah.
As neutral as it can be being at Hallam Sports Park.
On the cusp of Rotherham.
The banks of the M1.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm just retrieving the ball from outside the playing bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Hallam now. As I say, Hallam looking for a first win in 6, should I say, against Uni of. Uni of pick up the ball now, just outside of their own penalty area. Now advancing, lovely little move there. As Hallam advancing, looking for a woman out wide, should I say. Intercepted. As Hallam advance now down that left channel. Cameron with the ball. Oh, and it's well cleared into touch by Amy now. Playing that sort of holding midfield role this afternoon. Oh, dear. Some good support from the Hallam faithful over on the opposite side to us as we commentate, as they throw in now down the left channel, outside of the boot, effort into the middle, but it's cleared away by the University of Sheffield. Eve Bennett picks it up now. Eve Bennett's been really at the heart of anything productive for Sheffield University in the opening stages of this game. In now, tries to take it round, but it's well picked out by Hallam.
There was a ball to Cameron there that she didn't spot.
Advancing now, an effort from distance and goes high over the bar. It was a good move for Hallam, that.
Yeah, it was. Probably the first real clear-cut, well, not clear-cut opportunity, but advancement into the opposition penalty area for Hallam. And yeah, I'm sure she'll be disappointed for it to go over the bar, but I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Oh, dear. As I say, Sheffield University 3 consecutive winners of the Northern 1A division in the Bucks League. As I say, this season wasn't as clear cut. They only won the title in goal difference, so Hallam might feel they've got something to say about the result of this fixture. There's a little bit of head tennis there goes on. It's picked up by Maeve Brown. A searching ball looking for Bennett, who's got a bit of pace to her behind the defence, but it's well snuffed out by the Hallam defence. Hallam now on that left side. Go back across. Just trying to sort of get a foot on this game. It's Morehouse now. Touch of the ball just past midfield, and it's cut out well there. Not all of it though, but it's going to go down the line. Brown picks it up, looking for Gibson. It's out for a University of Sheffield throw. And just both teams really trying to feel each other out here in this blood rivalry of the Steel City. Chested down by Mia Brown. Just waiting the goal kick to be taken here by Ellie Sharp. Sharp with a bit of a dangerous pass there in her own box. That was almost intercepted by the University of Sheffield, but it's going to roll out for a throw in. The black and gold might feel they can take a chance here. Gibson launches down the line looking for Bennett. Bennett allows that ball to be played away. Very good attacking play, but Hallam just able to get hold of it. Lovely tackle there actually by now, as gets the ball from any immediate danger back through to Sharp. So you'd say Uni have probably been mostly in control of the opening stages of this one.
Yeah, probably. Still, again, nothing too clear at either end, but no, certainly a lot of second balls to be won in the middle of the park.
As almost there, as Bennett almost was managed to squeeze that one past Sharp. Sharp was just able to get there first. The referee blows for a foul there, was it?
I think it was a foul. Somewhere in there,
yeah. Yeah, a little free kick there. 5 yards away from I was about to say 5 yards away from the start of the centre circle. can't quite tell from pitch level. It's going to be launched into Uni of territory. Headed on, the flick on was well won there by Hallam, but University of Sheffield recover the ball. And it's fielded through. Hallam able to take it around the keeper, and it's in. Sheffield Hallam opened the score, and it's Caitlin O'Callaghan. She might have got a little bit of damage in the goal there. A bit of confusion out at the back for the University of Sheffield, but it's 1-0 to Hallam.
Yeah, quite a simple sort of flick on and ball over the top, and she's just got in behind and knocked it past the keeper and into the corner.
So it's 1-0, but the goal scorer O'Callaghan seems to be in need of some medical attention there. Physio on the pitch as University of Sheffield go behind. First time they conceded this season to Hallam after two clean sheets in the league. And just hope that isn't too serious. Looked like there was a bit of a collision there with the keeper. Keeper herself struggling there, but that's first goal of the game after sort of 12-13 minutes on the clock. And University of Sheffield go behind quite early on. There's really a bit of a medical attention needed there for the goal scorer. There seems to be a bit of an awkward collision there in the goal.
Yeah, I think it was an awkward angle actually, as the keeper Miles came out and tried to make the challenge, and I think possibly fortunate the ball did ricochet over, because he might well have maybe given away a penalty had the ball not gone in. But Hallam will be delighted to have taken the lead, and they'll look to build on it. The University of Sheffield will hope to pull themselves back into the game, because they started reasonably brightly before that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cagey first sort of 15 minutes or so. Wouldn't say either side probably been the more dominant. If push came completely to shove, I'd say probably the University of Sheffield probably just about the better team, but Hallam managed to catch the defence napping there, managed to go through and score. A little delay in game now with that injury. In other news, just here at Hallam Sports Park, you just see the women's rugby getting ready for their first team kick-off later on this afternoon. And do you know what? I was there at the men's rugby earlier on today, and the University of Sheffield were the ones making all the noise. Really, it was really loud for the University of, and Hallam made no noise. But today it's the complete opposite on that far side with
I think the fact that Hallam have just scored might
yeah,
aid
well,
a bit
obviously,
that
yeah, but they've been the loudest ones
Yeah.
For the first 15 minutes or so. And as you see there, Caitlin O'Callaghan, the goal scorer, being helped off the pitch, looks not nice at all. That being accompanied by physio and then a member of the student staff here at Hallam Sports Park. It's really unusual to see, the goal scorer, I would imagine, be substituted this early on into a game. Do you think that could change the dynamic a little bit now for Hallam?
Possibly. I mean, everything that was good that Hallam did came through her. So we'll see who they bring on. They've obviously we've only got two other names on the team sheet. Yeah. So whether it might indicate a change in formation as well, possibly, we'll see.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. If they have to sort of change the shape, change the complete style of play that they're going to play, they're having a little discussion now in the just off the centre circle as we await the restart. That could really change the complexion of this game if Hallam are forced into obviously have been forced into an early change here. I'm not quite sure who's going to be the one to replace it. I think that's going to be. I'm not actually entirely sure what they're going to do here. Well, we're ready for the restart. And referee just having a chat there with
11 players on the pitch, so we're looking for either a 10 or a 14,
Yeah.
I think.
I think I saw a number 10 actually. So we're going to go off the assumption that Georgia Wilson has been the one to replace Caitlin O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan, that promising fresher who really played quite well in that first opening stage. So it is a real shame to see her leave the pitch. As you say, everything that Hallam did well in the sort of opening stages came through her, as we are back underway now after a little bit of a delay. Sheffield Uni will have had time to regain their sort of their heads a little bit, as Eve Bennett went through there almost to but it was well collected by Sharp.
Yeah, Georgia Wilson is the substitute, so former Sheffield United and Sheffield FC player.
So maybe not like for like exactly, but a very experienced replacement, which
seems to be playing very much a centre forward role in terms of the positioning so far.
Well, Uni are now looking to press high up the pitch as it's well worn in the air by Eve Bennett, and Eve Bennett's quite clear path to run at. She goes through to the number 10, Ashman. Ashman has it down and scores. It is 1-1, and I'll tell you what, whether that is the change of the game or really good clinical counter attack from the University of Sheffield, it is 1-1 here at Hallam Sports Park. A very good, really devastating counter attack there from the Uni of. Eve Bennett picked up there, dinked it over her opponent. She could feel the pressure, so just tried to play it into Ashman. Ashman took it down really well, slotted it past their Sharp, and we're on for a great game because it's 1-1 now. Oh, what was your thoughts on that?
Well, I was expecting a tight and cagey start, and I certainly didn't see 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. But it was a really good finish. Caught that sweetly, didn't she?
Probably just about a better finish than that first one, as we approach sort of the 19th, 20th minute on the clock here. I will just, as it is 1-1 now, I don't think we go straight to penalties. The men's game didn't go to penalties after the 1-1, so
it's half a point each on the varsity varsity scoreboard.
As Hallam now progressing up the pitch, it's the substitute Wilson there out wide now. As Wilson picks up in the middle, it's a heavy touch and it's taken well by Driscoll King, the skipper. It's going to go out wide to Maeve Brown, and Maeve Brown now has acres of space to run out, but she's going to be called for offside. Just about. Now we are playing without anyone running the line, so we're having to rely on the referee's field of vision.
Oh, yeah, I was warned about this actually. Yeah, I guess only the really obvious ones will get called offsides. It's quite difficult for the referee to make marginal calls from obviously behind the play. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, now Hallam with a free kick now after that offside decision. Just inside their own half, they're going to launch it forward down the line. It's well taken there by Francis Creaser. Francis Creaser is going to go back into the defence as the ball is searching over the top now. It's well collected there by Maisie Miles. I'm not quite sure if where she thought the trajectory of the ball was going to go. I think she wanted to just play it safe and collect that one. As Miles now just waiting for her team to regain shape. Looks for the centre circle, and it's well picked out there as Bennett almost won the ball, but it's going to be fired down the line to Wilson now. Wilson stands up, the full-back. Wilson now to the right on the byline, puts a right-footed ball into the box, and it's going to go, I was about to say just past the stanchion. It's quite well past the stanchion as we await the goal kick now. Yeah,
it was noticeable there how the University of Sheffield wing-backs got back to make it a back five when they are defending. So
this is what we were wondering before the game, because we wondered if they were going to be out-and-out wingers, whether they're going to be wing-backs. But it looks like out of possession they're playing the two wide centre-backs as full-backs, and then tucking in and the wing-backs coming back when out of possession. Sorry, in possession, out of possession. Got that mixed up there. And now it looks like the physio just attending to Maisie Miles. Remember, she did receive a bit of an impact on that collision with O'Callaghan. So be interesting to see. I'm not entirely sure if there's any substitute goalkeeper on the bench for the University of Sheffield.
Nor am I. A defender may be in goal.
Goal.
If this is 2-0, maybe there's a bit of cramp possibly.
Yeah, something along those lines. Obviously, as I say, there was a bit of collision between the two, and obviously O'Callaghan was worse for wear. Didn't leave Miles without any impact there at all. As the sun goes between the clouds here at Hallam Sports Park. No longer having to hands over the eyes job to keep out the eyes, to keep out the sun, should I say, as the ball into the middle now, flicked on as Uniov look to chase it with Ashman. It's going to go back to the keeper Sharp. Sharp's going to try and look for long, but it's Ashman picks it out, and it's Bennett trying to get herself onto that one. Uniov now win themselves a throw in Hallam territory. And you think now if Uniov were to go and get a second, it could
momentum shift.
Momentum would shift, yeah. But there's still a lot of work to be done. As just on the right side there, Hallam defending quite well, just looking for the substitute Wilson. The ball out wide there to Doherty, as Doherty trying to win that ball there on the right side. She is going to do so, just by the touchline. Tries a little bit of fancy footwork trying to get past her marker, and it's fired into the box. Not quite anyone there, but heavy touch as University of Sheffield with quite a lot of work to do there. Hallam looking for some sustained pressure, going down the right side, but it's snuffed out there by the University of. Out for a throw-in to Hallam. It's going to be Morehouse to take now. Morehouse looking for a ball into the box, a searching ball, but it's cut out by the University. As looking for Ashman down the channel there, but it's played back by Graham, and Ashman's got the pace to try and beat a man there down the left side, but it's going to be won by Bennett now. Bennett just advancing down that left side, looking to put a ball into the box, a lovely right-footed ball into the box, and it's going to be won in the air by Hallam, as Hallam look to advance now with Cameron. And Cameron just plays it down the line there. It's going to be out for a throw. For an own semantic point, maybe, I find it quite strange how the number 2 is playing left back for both sides. Is playing on the left side for both sides, and then the number 3 play on the right side.
Possibly. It's quite interesting. We've got almost a 1 to 11 on both sides, haven't we?
Yeah.
With maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. So
I was watching the men's game before, and there was a lot of sort of 33s,
higher
45s.
numbers. Yeah.
Makes our job a lot easier, I would say.
Yeah, and I think it gives you far more of an indication of where, what position they're all going to be playing in. But
as Uniov now with a throw in about halfway in Hallam's half, steps over the ball. Maybe a bit more of a tactical one there as Uniov try and win that ball in the middle, but it's Hallam on the break now. Hallam can advance. Nice footwork for Doherty to see past the man, and the ball was looking to be won there by the substitute Wilson. It was a bit of a heavy touch, so ran straight through to Miles, but it's a very good piece of play there from Hallam as they look to reassert their dominance on the game. Ball floated into the middle, and the Hallam can try and win that ball back. There's going to be quite a bit of movement there from Hinchcliffe. Goes back to the keeper Sharp, and Sharp back to Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe now on that left side is going to trying for some support. No one really helping her out, but Hinchcliffe does really well to negotiate out of the sort of quagmire that she found herself in there, with some real pressure there, sustained pressure from the attackers, but did really well with some good footwork as the ball launched forward now, looking over the top for Wilson, but struggling to be found. Hallam now with the ball. Wilson picks up the ball just in front of the defence. Wilson now looking for some help, goes backwards, left-footed ball into the area, chased down, but it's going to be well collected there by Miles. Hallam now sort of trying to knock on the door of the University of Sheffield as the ball progresses forward. Hallam now in the middle of the pitch. Uniov looking on that left side. Eve Bennett goes to try and win that ball, and Sharp quite slow off the line, you think. You know, you've seen the pace of Eve Bennett, you know she can get behind the defence, and still quite slow off the line there.
Possibly deciding whether to stay home or come out there, because I think there was a couple of defenders covering as well. So
good decision in the end as Hallam now regroup after with a throw-in for the Uniov. Ball gone down the line there. Uniov pick it up. It's Rini now with the ball. Left-footed pass into the middle. It's won by Bennett, but it's going to be a foul. I think there was slightly too much contact for the referee's liking there, as Uniov win a free kick about 10-15 yards into the Hallam area, to the Hallam half. It's going to be Gibson to take. Maybe it's not actually. Oh no, it is Gibson to take. I thought Gibson was wandering away from the ball there, but Gibson now. Free kick, low into the box. It's cleared, not quite far enough, and I think Cooper Jones there was trying to get on the end of that one. A bit of confusion in the box for Hallam. Cooper Jones almost got on the end of it, but I think didn't quite expect it to get to her and was sort of like a rabbit in headlights when it finally arrived. But a good free kick routine.
Yeah, it was. I think just kind of a little shinner there at the end, and if not, I think it could have been bundled in at the back post.
Yeah, a bit of confusion. But Uniov advancing forward now. Bennett looks to just win that ball in the middle of the pitch. Ashman wins it instead. It's out wide now with Gibson. Gibson just looking for an option. Bennett now back over to Gibson. Gibson has passes into the middle. Ashman shoots, and it is well saved by Sharp. I think there was a little bit of Hallam looking for an offside call there, but as I say, without anyone running the lines, we're relying on the eyes of the referee, playing, as you say, behind the play. So no, it was good interplay there from Uniov. Sharp goes long now into the Uniov half. It's won by Hallam, but only as far as the number 5. Just approaching the half-hour mark here. Uniov chasing down maybe a second goal as Gibson now comes down that left side. Gibson, looking in the middle. It's picked out. Mia Brown winning that ball in the area. Back to Bennett. Bennett really trying to take that ball down, not really being given many options. Does really well to get it out onto that byline there. Ball into the box. It's shot. Oh, and it's well blocked there by Hallam. So real confusion, a bit of pinball there in the area as Hallam managed to clear away. I mean, you almost there saw Sheffield take the lead.
Yeah, like you say, pinball is probably what best describes that. But a lot of loose balls. But yeah, Hallam managed to clear their lines eventually.
Uniov now trying to regain some of that momentum they had. As I say, despite the score being 1-1, so early into the game, it has been quite a cagey affair in the middle of the park. But some good counter-attacking football, which has been great to see. As Hallam now advanced down that left side, looking for options in the box. It's gone into the box, but it's headed away by Driscoll King. Again, a little bit more of that pinball in the Uniov half. Cooper Jones tries to take it down. It's one in the middle of the park as Uniov tried to advance, but it's well snuffed out by Hallam. Wilson on the ball now, snuffed out by the centre half. Bit of confusion there from Hallam as Bennett tries to look for a way to put her side into the lead. Just goes through to the goalkeeper there. Sharp was again quite slow to clear the ball away. But Uniov now maybe looking just to slow the pace down. Ball over the top. Hallam now pick it up through Purcell. It's a very good block there from Bennett to give Hallam the throw, and gives Uniov a little bit of time to regroup here. I mean, the quality on display today has been brilliant, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been really good. There's been far more chances at both ends in the last 10 minutes than there wasn't in the first 10.
Yeah.
I feel since Union Sheffield scored the equaliser, they've certainly looked more likely to go and get a second.
Throw in now taken. Chested down. As Uniov really looked to get a foothold in this game. A bit of confusion there as Cooper Jones managed to get it away. Hinchcliffe now on that left side. Looking for an option, goes short to Graham. Graham now over to Purcell. Plays out to the right back / right winger there, Morehouse. Let's say out for a Uniov throw in. Throw-in taken down the line. Does well there, does Maeve Brown. But Hallam advancing now. Tries to find Wilson in the box, but unable to do so. But Hallam eventually can't quite make a move for it.
It's a good ball, that.
It's a very good ball as we look for Bennett on this left side. Bennett takes the ball in stride. Passes inside to Gibson. Gibson now looking to hand it off. Uniov doing quite well here in sort of these counter-attacking situations. You can tell that the out option is Eve Bennett. As I said before, she's at the heart of everything they do. Hallam now could have been in a situation there with Wilson, the substitute. Again, that's another one. Wilson, since she's come onto the pitch, has looked really dangerous for Sheffield Hallam.
Yeah, playing in a like-to-like role as O'Callaghan was before she went off, definitely. And you think if a chance falls her way, you'd have your money on her to put it away.
Exactly. As Hallam now approaching down this right side, looking to put a ball into the box, maybe going to try an in route instead. Wilson gets the ball actually herself. But I don't think she quite saw where the ball was. It went just over her shoulder. Couldn't quite take it down on the left foot.
Partially sighted, I think, there, wasn't she, by a couple of players just in front of her.
Which is a shame, because you think that if she was to get the ball in that situation, you'd have put money on her burying it. As Gibson now, it's intercepted. Wilson maybe shots for offside. As I say, no linesman. Doherty puts a ball in, searching ball, and it's just over the top of the bar. Now that was one of those ones where you thought the ball was going to go far over. It dipped really well, and
it's a half knuckleball, that wasn't it, from Doherty. Yeah.
And suddenly Miles was stood there, and it's like, I'm going to have to deal with this. But it is out for a goal kick. Still 1-1 here at Hallam Sports Park. If you're just cheering in. Yeah, Hallam took the lead early on. Caitlin O'Callaghan, who immediately after scoring had to leave the pitch after an injury. She's replaced by Georgia Wilson. Both dangerous-looking attackers for the Sheffield Hallam. Hallam now win themselves a throw-in. So a bit of cheering there going on from the rugby pitch as the two women's first teams are taking each other on. Well, yeah. So as we approach half-time, then, I mean, what do the two sides have to think about? What do the two sides, do you think, have to do in this sort of closing stage of this first half?
I think maybe trying to string together more sort of kind of successions of passes, try and play through each other in the midfield. A lot of potentially balls going astray, or a lot of heavy first touches. So I think, if we see, and using the width as well, maybe get crosses into the box, because every time there has been crosses into the box, they've looked dangerous.
Wilson now takes
Both
it down
ends.
In stride. Left-footed shot from outside the area. It is going to be, I was about to say dragged wide, probably not quite the word I'd use actually, but it is out for a goal kick. Yeah, you're right, because it seemed quite a bit of a frantic sort of opening stages, then it settled down a little bit into a bit of a cagey midfield battle, and now we're sort of seeing that end-to-end sort of frantic football come back into play. Both sides with immense quality. You can see why they were at the top of their division this season. Obviously played twice this season before. University of Sheffield have come out on top both times. As Sheffield pick it out now, looking out wide, looking for Bennett. Maybe a goal before the break would do the University of Sheffield a world of good after being 1-0 down. Bennett looking for a ball into the box. Gibson's under it, but it's well cleared away there by Molly Graham. Did really well there to come across.
There's the width I was talking about, because I think when you drag players wide, it also means it creates more space in the box for your attackers to make runs.
Three at the back formations, do you know what I mean? You can really create a lot of space in the middle, as opposed to the traditional back two. As I say, some good noise from Hallam University there on the opposite side of the pitch. Throw in now, as we look for a goal maybe to end this first half. University of Sheffield back into their into singing ways, as found their voice maybe, as Rini now tries to pick out Gibson there. Gibson, another one who's been at the heart of everything that Sheffield University have done in the central midfield role, really roaming sort of playmaker, as Wilson now holds the ball up really well, looking for some help maybe, but it's well snuffed out by Driscoll King there. She advances past halfway.
It's a good run.
Very good run as she finds
and a good ball too,
Ashman, and it's well snuffed out by Molly Graham. But that was one of those ones where if Hallam weren't careful, the black and gold really could have found themselves a 2-1 lead. But as I say, that Cameron now coming down the left side, I say that end-to-end football coming back into fashion as it's Broadhurst now. Goes back as a cross in from deep, looks to be looking for Wilson there, but it's headed away well, only as far as Miller, the skipper for Hallam, as it just goes wide of Miles's post. It is, both as you say, both teams find that width now. As it was Cameron on that left side before it was Bennett on our left side on the near touch line. As both sides really looking to go into the break in front. It would be a great boost for either side, I suppose. Uniov especially, I think, has to be 1-0 down as we await a goal kick now.
It's a good time to score just before half time, isn't it? Changes the half time team talk.
Exactly. I mean, excuse the cross-sport comparison, but you saw it in the rugby before. Hallam scored just before half time, and Hallam came out the second half all guns blazing, and really put a test to the Uniov in the second period. But now, University of Sheffield just in that centre circle. It's Cameron now on the left side, looking for a crossfield ball from deep. It's a very good ball, but it's well intercepted by Driscoll King, as it's Bennett now, goes past halfway. Bennett now looking for a long ball forward. I think that's a bit ambitious there to ask Cooper Jones to try and get on the end of, as this time Ellie Sharp was well.
I think it was the right idea though, because you had two players in black and gold going forward there, and exactly. I think there's a bit less weight on that, and I think one of them would have been him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a bit of a heavy pass, which is a bit unfortunate there for University of Sheffield, but
good header that from Noel.
Very well won header by Driscoll King, as it's taken down now, as Brown goes forward looking for Gibson. Gibson is again Molly Gibson at the heart of everything, and now it's Poppy Gibson looking to maybe find someone in the box, but shot is blocked there, and now it's Doherty on this right side, cuts in onto her left foot, outside of the beat now. She goes forward, left-footed shot from distance, and it's well saved by Miles. Just trying to test the University of Sheffield goalkeeper. As the floodlights now switching on here at Hallam Sports Park, as we, it's not quite summer yet, despite how nice the weather has been today. As the referee going to call play here after a bit of a foul, adjudged Broadhurst to have been impeded there in her progress, and now it's going to be a free kick for Hallam, just inside the Hallam inside Uniov territory within the centre circle. What do we think of Uniov chant there on the other side as we approach the 41st minute here at Hallam Sports Park? Still 1-1. If you're just tuning into Forge TV, Hallam took an early lead, and then they were pegged back almost instantly by the University of Sheffield, but since then there's been no real clear-cut chances. Hallam now inside the centre circle, launching ball forward. It's going to be tested. It's going to test Miles, and I
can't work out whether that was trying to catch the keeper off the line or potentially an overhit cross, but
whatever happened, it worked. As Hallam now, as Cameron advances forward, left-footed effort from distance. It's going to clear the crossbar, but not by much as it hits the roof of the net.
The roof of the net, yeah.
The wind's starting to pick up here. Crowd starting to gather. As goal kick now for the University of Sheffield. Miles looking to maybe fashion a chance for her side to take the lead for the first time. It's hit forward, headed on by Hallam, but it's only as far as Emily End. Goes forward to Cooper Jones now down this right side, but it's going to be out of play for a Hallam throw-in. Down the line looking for Doherty, but now it's picked up by the Uniov again. Gibson now looking out wide for Brown. Brown looking to make the most out left channel, could go to the byline, but looking to see if she can cut inside. She does go onto that right foot. Progresses towards the byline, ball into the box, no one there to try and turn it in. Cleared away really well there by Ellie Miller for Sheffield Hallam, the skipper today. Oh dear.
Interesting to see how many defenders are committed forward actually for these corners. So just two standing on halfway line.
We don't want to. I don't know if you want to take that
on,
sort of risk, especially at the end of the first half, where you could be caught out and very easy to turn this situation into a goal at the other end. But it's going to be an in-swinging corner from the left side, quite low. As it looks to be a bit of a training ground routine. Bennett has a stab at it. Hallam looking to clear it away again. Maybe a bit of pinball, but University of Sheffield looking to try and get hold of the ball now, as it's back to Molly Reaney. Advances forward, looking for a ball. Very nice ball towards Ashman. Oh, and it's very well cleared away there by Morehouse, because suddenly Poppy Gibson could have been in there, and it could have been 2-1. But it's going to be a University of Sheffield corner. Cooper Jones is the one to go over to the touchline and grab the ball. Whether she's the one to take it, I'm not entirely sure. It wasn't her last time, but it is this time.
Bit of a train on the back of the on the edge of the penalty area here. Maybe got a few runs.
There, isn't it? It's going to be Cooper Jones to take right-footed in swinging. This one's low again, looking towards the near post. Back out to Cooper Jones. Wins the ball, left-footed ball into the box, cleared away. It's going to be, is that going to go out for a corner? Yes, it is. Some sustained pressure now, looking for the University of Sheffield as they look to break this deadlock. Cooper Jones again, right-footed, in swinging from this near side. Into the box. This one's a bit higher this time. Cleared away, but only as far as Mia Brown. Mia Brown tries to go onto the left side, but it's not going to quite get there. Reaney now advancing, finds Cooper Jones. Cuts onto the right foot, into the box. Looking for someone in the box. Ashman's there. Ashman shoots. And it's off the ricochets off the post. It's so unlucky there for the University of Sheffield. It was a very good move. Ashman took it down in stride. Really good effort. Lots of just the right amount of power, just the right distance out. It just cannons off the post, and Hallam probably breathing themselves a sigh of relief. We must be approaching the half-time whistle here at Hallam Sports Park, and if that was to find the net, it would have been devastating for Hallam. There's a little collision there on the touchline as Doherty goes down. Throw in now for Hallam. Oh no, free kick, should I say? Free kick. Referee adjudged that to be a free kick. Doherty now. One arm in the air, right-footed, low into the box, looking for someone's feet. Cameron, it's cleared away. Uniov now trying to force maybe a quick break from this situation. It's out to Gibson. Gibson looking over the top for Bennett. It's a very good move. Bennett's in behind the defence now. All she sees is green. She could take it down, but it's a very, very good recovery there from Eden Hinchcliffe. You thought Bennett was going to be in there. You've seen her pace already today, but Hinchcliffe did really, really well to come across.
Yeah, that was a fantastic challenge from Hinchcliffe. It looked like it was going to be a one-on-one, and from nowhere really. She comes back and
with how Bennett's up today, you'd put money on her scoring as well. So a very good recovery there from Hinchcliffe as Hallam managed to keep the scores level.
You can see another corner there. There's been quite a few on that left-hand side.
That's fourth or fifth, I think, now in a very quick succession. As it's going to be Cooper Jones now to take this one right-footed.
Possibly a bit deeper, maybe.
Looking maybe to change up the routine. Right-footed. It's going to be low again into the box. No one to clear it away as such. Hallam get ahead on it, away. Wilson now looking to hold up the ball, but it's well intercepted by the Uni of Rini now. Looking for someone in the box there, but it's going to go straight through to Sharp in goal. So as we approach the half-time whistle, who do you think either team would be unlucky to go in? Would it be a draw?
I think since I said about 10 minutes ago, since the University of Sheffield scored, they've certainly been on top. But I don't think a draw is too much of an injustice to either side. Hallam have certainly had their moments as well, with Cameron down the left-hand side particularly. Yeah,
as Uniov now advancing. Oh, it ricochets off the back of a Hallam player for their own advantage, as it's Francis Creaser now. Holds up the ball looking for Doherty. Doherty now finds Wilson, the substitute. Wilson holding the ball up there. Left-footed effort towards goal, and it's just rolls through straight towards Miles. I mean, as you say there, Hallam have their moments, do you know what I mean? They did really well there to hold up the play. And as you were saying, putting those passes together, sustained a bit of movement. Because as we saw early in the half, there was a lot of those heavy touches, heavy passes. They're starting to be ironed out now, as both teams looking to get a foothold in this game, as Cameron now on that left side looks to have won the throw, and it's going to be hotly contested, but it's going to go Hallam's way as Hallam look to find a goal here as we go into the break. Low on the ball, it's Wilson now. Wilson holding the ball up, does really well to do that. Hold the ball up as such, I say that. She gets the ball nicked off her by Driscoll King. Going to advance forward now, looking for a Uniov man in the wide channels. Referee's going to call a stoppage there, as it's going to be a free kick offence. I mean, this does not look like a side that's lost 4 games this season, Sheffield Hallam. They've done really well defensively. Every time Uniov have gone forward, apart from obviously the goal, they've done really well to recover.
Yeah, really holding their own. I think in the second half it'll be critical of the set pieces. There's been quite a few free kicks just inside the opposition half or wide on the right, and I think good quality balls into the box could really hurt sides.
100%. As Hallam now looks to put a ball into the box, it's a lovely ball in. No one quite brave enough maybe to get on the end.
We're
of
not really at the right angle to see the trajectory there, are we?
No,
but
exactly. The pace of it looked brilliant. Looked like to be a nice diagonal ball into the box, but it goes past the left post of Maisie Miles. As we could be looking at the last action of this first half. As I say, started the stopwatch about 30 seconds into the first half. Oh, we're miles into added time now. 4 or 5 minutes of it. So we can expect the half-time whistle any time now, you would imagine. But Hallam looking maybe to fashion one more chance. Uniov, a bit of confusion at the back. They managed to get it away. And just play it into touch there. And that is going to be it for the first half. As University of Sheffield 1, Sheffield Hallam University 1. Owen, what do you make of that first half?
I think University of Sheffield have just edged it, but only just. I think obviously Hallam would have been delighted to take the lead so early on, and disappointed to be pegged back so quickly. They might have lost a critical goal scorer, obviously, Callahan there going off injured so quickly. But I feel like both sides, I still think they've got a good chance of claiming the win, because certainly a lot of it been played in the middle of the park. Maybe both sides will be keen to use the wings more in the second half, and just like I say, they've kind of put together 4 or 5 passes in the midfield can really push you up the pitch. So I'm sure both sides will look to focus on that.
Well, a huge second half ahead. Make sure you stay with us on Forge TV. We'll be back very soon for the resumption of play here at Hallam Sports Park. It's University of Sheffield 1, Sheffield Hallam University 1.
Keep on.
I enjoyed that. It was good first half, that. The blonde one with the bird. Yeah, Waiting for the old school. Buffering.
Yeah, no, it's a good first half. Very back and forth. The save for Alan was like, well, that's from 3 really and quite techy. Yeah. Like, that number 11, I've got a lot of shots on.
Sorry. Is it 1-1? Okay.
Early on, strike got to go off. Basically, they twisted the thing, but also got past it. We have to replace the goal scorer.
Yeah, oh, you know what? Actually, I saw someone share like a massive bandage all over her feet.
So, we're changing the deflected goals, coming off straight after.
Is he not being on top of us?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Hallam got the home, so I think they did really good. This is really defensive.
Oh, yeah. You alright, mate?
Yeah.
All good? Happy?
Yeah.
I do. Michael? Warm? No worries. Where's Sue? She's still on her camera.
staring like a dickhead. I had to check. I'm down that end, I understand. Right. Yeah, I'm alright. It's like BTS is doing work.
Yeah, you'll stay warm now. You guys got Thank you. Where's the first speaker? Is someone okay to back part next? I also need to go home and back. I know.
Okay then, welcome back to Hallam Sports Park for the second half of the 2023 Women's Wands Football Varsity match between the University of Sheffield in gold and black shirts, black shorts and black socks, and Sheffield Hallam in maroon shirts, black shorts and maroon socks. The referee is just checking with the two keepers that they're ready to go, and we are underway for the second period. A ball through over the top as the 9 Bennett chases, but it's a good tackle in there from Molly Graham, the Hallam number 6, and it goes out for a throw in to the University of Sheffield on the far side. Oh dear, a bit of concern here over one of the University of Sheffield players down.
Eve Bennett, that.
Yeah, maybe
in some serious discomfort.
Gone down awkwardly there.
Tell you what, if that's an injury that forces her out of the play, that's really unfortunate, because she's been probably one of the more one of the brightest aspects of the Uni of front line. And it's a shame if that's 2 strikers now, 1 for each side.
Yeah, I don't think there were any half-time changes, were there? Not to our knowledge.
I can't see any that would have been made. No.
So we'll just have a quick run through the teams as we're waiting for play to resume. So the University of Sheffield line up with Maisie Miles in goal, and then 2 Molly Reaney, 3 Emily Ind, 4 Amy Nowell, 5 Evie Driscoll King, 6 Mia Brown, 7 Poppy Gibson, 9 Eve Bennett, 10 Molly Ashman, 13 Maeve Brown, and 14 Naomi Cooper James. Then Hallam line up with in goal number 1 Ellie Sharp, 2 Shayna Cameron, 3 Eden Hinchcliffe, 4 Ellie Miller, 5 Holly Purcell, 6 Molly Graham, 7 Chloe Morehouse, 8 Maddie Francis Creaser, 10 Georgia Wilson, 11 Charlie Doherty, and 12 Jessie Broadhurst. Obviously Hallam made an enforced change just after they took the lead, after about 12 minutes when Caitlin O'Callaghan had to go off after being injured in the process of scoring the goal.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. There was obviously if you saw the first half, the collision that took O'Callaghan out of the game was really unfortunate, because she did look really bright in those opening stages. She's been replaced by an equal player who's sort of shown some real good sparks in Georgia Wilson, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how the two sides react now. If Eve Bennett has to be forced out of play. Well, it looks like Bennett's going to exit the play of her own accord. Is she going to be changed? I can't quite tell. I think she's actually going to stay on the pitch. I think
she's going to continue here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's going to have to take it over to the sidelines just while the play restarts, and then she'll be waved on by the referee. It's really good to see that.
Possible long throw into the box here. It's cleared by Molly Graham for Hallam. Up forward, chased by Georgia Wilson. It's put out for a Hallam throw about midway into the University of Sheffield half. So the lights start to take a bit more effect here in the second half.
Yeah, we started the game in really lovely conditions with the sun sort of beaming down. We had to
Managed to
cover
avoid the
our
rain
eyes for
so
a bit.
far, thankfully.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
We were really lucky, obviously. It's been a difficult period for weather in Sheffield recently, with obviously the heavy snow that fell about a week and a half ago. But all cleared up now,
Yeah, and
looking more like spring.
back on the pitch, just a bit of nothing really in the corner at the ball out for a goal kick to the University of Sheffield, which will be taken by Maisie Miles. And Brown brings it down, tries to turn a man. It's a strong challenge there from Miller. Puts forward, goes through to the number 10, Ashman. Chases down as Hallam looks to play away, and a double deflection there, I think. So out for a University of Sheffield throw in, back level with the penalty area on the right hand side.
Yeah, University of Sheffield looking to sort of pick up where they left off in that first half. You know, they really good looking forward. Probably just on top of Hallam, but you know, Hallam having their sparks in that first period.
Out to Noel, a strong challenge there. Another lag in. Certainly part of her game. The on the books at Doncaster Rovers, the Sheffield University number 4.
Oh. Just have to duck out of the way there for that one. That clearance.
Onto the rugby pitch there. Forge
Back into
TV's.
Forge TV's Charlie Howe has to lovely ball back over there. He could be playing today if it wasn't for his knee.
Going to chuck it out for a University of Sheffield corner, is it? Or no, it's just kept in.
Really well done there to keep it in from Hallam.
As they look to break away. And University of Sheffield are going to have a throw in just in front of us, taken by Evie Driscoll-King, the captain. And the ball just ricochets out for a throw into the girls in maroon.
Very
Strong
good
head
header
that from Noel. It's quite an even start to the second half. Do you feel?
Yeah,
Relatively
you know.
scrappy. Or just it's hoofed on
dear.
to the middle of the pitch.
Some a bit of few words being had from the Hallam number 3 there, and some of the people who they feel maybe could have brought the back to a better way than that for the throw. But yeah, very very cagey, very even start to the second half.
As Hallam go forward with Maddie Francis Creaser. University of Sheffield have it with Noel. Ball rebounds in the air. Overhead kick from Noel goes to the corresponding number 4 for Hallam. Here's Graham. Good challenge in there from Brown. And Ashman's played through here. Chance for University of Sheffield to take the lead, but it's cleared out for a throw-in.
Wasn't quite decisive enough there for me. I feel like.
Good 1-2 there between two of the players on the left-hand side. Comes to the edge of the penalty area. There's a shot, and it's grasped by the keeper, who takes it diving forward, and everyone retreats back to a more conventional formation as the kick out. The hands is about to be taken. It's rolled out on the right-hand side of the penalty area, lumped forward. Noel wins a header on halfway for the University of Sheffield, which rebounds out, giving them a throw midway inside the Hallam half.
Bit of sustained pressure for the Uni of Sheffield here. It was a bit unfortunate there for Ashman, and she took it down really well. Maybe just a touch too many for me, as Hallam were able to clear it, which was a bit unfortunate for the black and gold. But is that a change there being made for the University of Sheffield?
possibly, I think, tracksuit's off over there, so...
We'll bring that to you if we can figure out who's been taken off.
As Bennett goes through and shoots, it's just wide of the goal to the right hand side. As Hallam play out down the left hand side to Cameron. As look forward, here's Hinchcliffe for Hallam, and it's passed back to the keeper, Sharp, by Miller, the number 4.
Okay, I think it's so. We think it's Mia Brown who's been taken off for the University of Sheffield. I can't spot at present any new numbers on the pitch. There obviously is one, but can't quite pick it out.
As it's played through towards Cooper James, works it around to the right hand side, and it'll be a throw into University of Sheffield about 10 yards from the corner flag. As they look to take the lead for the first time in the game.
Now, with the way University of Sheffield have been playing, you wouldn't think they haven't been on top at any point in this game, but Hallam took the lead really early on. The game was sort of changed as the ball cleared away there by Hallam. The game was changed by the early injury, and it allowed Sheffield to sort of that momentum that Hallam might have taken from the goal really was sort of nullified by that injury. There was no chance for them to take advantage of it, which is beneficial for Uniov, and Hallam might feel a little bit hard done by the way that momentum sort of shifted. Too early for their liking.
Hallam have a goal kick then, which will be taken by Sharp, kicking from right to left as we watch on in the second half. Good header one there by Broadhurst, and it's just cleared by Morehouse, but only as far as a black and gold shirt, and it's back to Noel, who turns to go backwards, but then tries to jiggle forwards, but it goes out for a Hallam throw-in on the far side.
Okay, so I figured out the change that has been made. So Mia Brown has exited the pitch about 5 minutes ago and has been replaced by Kira Goggin. Kira Goggin, I think we pronounced that.
Yeah, the number 8. Yeah. Number 8 for the University of Sheffield. Yeah, and that's.
So direct central midfield replacement, you would imagine, from the
like for like, just some fresh legs possibly.
Yeah,
to try
exactly.
And,
well, as you say,
up the midfield.
So much that first half was played in the middle of the park. You'd think by adding some fresh legs, as you say, would give Uniov maybe the early edge in this second half. Obviously, with this being quite a big midfield battle, they've packed out the midfields. There's good noise being made over on that far side.
With Broadhurst back to the left back in Hinchcliffe. So they play forward just inside the University of Sheffield half, but it's tackled away from them by Molly Ashman and played forward now for the University of Sheffield with Bennett, and won very well by Emily Ind on the right hand side. And now Cooper Jones running towards the University of Sheffield penalty area, shoots, and it's just collected by Ellie Sharp. I think shoots, possibly maybe just off balance there, trying to put a cross in.
Well, I thought it was really good from the Uniov. They drew Molly Gibson, who's been really quick centre half, out of position, and was managed to turn it around the corner. And Cooper Jones was really given a good alley to run there. Maybe could have passed into the middle, but a good shot. Do you know what I mean? It was
first real wing play we've seen all afternoon.
Exactly,
really.
It was worth taking the effort, worth taking the chance.
3-on-3 here for the University of Sheffield. It's played through to the number 8, the substitute Goggin, but it's down the left-hand side now for the University of Sheffield, crossed into the box, but it's cleared by Hallam's number 6, Molly Graham. Back out, here's Goggin, shoots, just ricochets back out. Oh, that's just wide from Noel. That
was a really good effort. That was one of those ones where I could see that hitting right top bins. You know.
Yeah, first good effort from outside the box, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly the second half. So.
Well, you'd think that, I haven't seen many, out of this world saves from these goalkeepers. Do you think maybe there'd be a bit more of a temptation to pepper the keeper with shots? But we haven't really seen that, so that was a good first effort from outside the box, really.
Cooper James tries to take it down on her chest as Noel plays it forward. The Hallam centre backs retracts, comes off the arm of Hallam's number 7, but not in a natural position. And as they go shoulder to shoulder on the right hand side, but Hallam play out. Noel takes it, turns, gives it to number 7, and is adjudged offside by the referee, who again, just to remind you, is not assisted with any assistance today. So making offside calls on her own from the position, or her position in the middle of the pitch.
Well, those arms from the Hallam defenders went up straight away as soon as the pass was made. Obviously, it might not have influenced it per se, but definitely a clear offside, you would imagine, there in that case. As we approach the hour mark here at Hallam Sports Park, still 1-1. Obviously, they have that sort of 4 or 5 minute stoppage for the injury on Eve Bennett. She has continued to play and hasn't looked too affected by the challenge.
The indirect free kick for offside was kicked into touch by Ellie Sharp, who just apologises to her teammates on about halfway. And so the University of Sheffield have a throw in. It's for a good header on by Hinchcliffe. As Gibson battles for it for the black and gold. Out to the right back for the University of Sheffield, back inside, just inside Hallam half, chipped forward, but again another offside call adjudged against. It could be against any of the four Uniov attackers.
I think Bennett was probably the intended target there. I think was probably just an offside position, and then when the ball sort of went back, they sort of had to try and recover. Arms were in the air straight away though again.
Ooh, keeper slips as she takes it out. Possibly turf would have been played on earlier this afternoon, so throw into Hallam then, just inside their own half, over by the dugouts on the far side. 2 metres. Attempted head on by Francis Creaser, and cleared away for Hallam by Molly Graham. Just on the halfway line where Uniov will have a throw in. Referee just directing the left back into her own half to take the throw in.
Good work there.
That's a good ball through towards Gibson. Battles for his shot support in the shape of Cooper James. He takes it inside right position. Noel and Broadhurst go shoulder to shoulder, and Uniov end up with the ball. Cooper Jones wins a corner on the right hand side of the University of Sheffield. One of many corners that they've had this afternoon. They're certainly winning on the corner count, and they'll look to try and take advantage of this one, possibly by playing it a bit deeper than the previous 3 or 4 that we saw at the end of the first half.
Yeah, the last couple were sort of played quite low and driven into the box, and maybe they'll try and just edge us a slight bit different. Bennett standing over it.
A couple of hands go up for the University of Sheffield as they call for the ball. It's doesn't beat the first man though, as it just is ricocheted out for another throw. Again,
Good touch.
My first touch of a football for a long time, that's for sure. So University of Sheffield have a throw in with Gibson on the right hand side then. As Cooper James battles for it, but it's lofted up towards the Hallam number 10, the substitute Wilson, but Noel does a defensive duties and plays it out to Rini, who loses a battle with one of the Hallam attackers, and it's a Hallam throw-in on the far side. about a third of the way into the University of Sheffield half.
I mean, yeah, Union have had most of the lion's share of play in the first sort of 20 minutes of this second half. You know, Hallam have rarely gone forward, really. And, you know, but Union, the thing is, they just haven't quite made the most of their chances. You know, they've had 1 or 2 shots from range, but nothing as incisive as the chances they had in the first half, especially the one that led to the goal. Knocking about there in the middle of the park.
Here's number 7 for the University of Sheffield, Gibson. Plays it out wide to Cooper James, who plays it off Hallam's number 3, Hinchcliffe, and it's a throw in just inside the Hallam half. Throw-in's taken, looks to catch the defence out. As ball coming our way again.
Oh, and that one.
It was cleared by the keeper. Hallam keeper Sharp out for a throw in. Near side the right for the University of Sheffield, which is taken by Emily Ind. Play back out. Unfortunate touch from the Hallam number 14, Nash. That must be another substitution there actually, because she wasn't on the starting lineup. So Hallam's number 14, Nash, is substituted on. We'll do our best to find out who's gone off.
Something you do take for granted, isn't it? At the higher levels, the electronic substitutes board.
So the Hallam substitute, Isabel Nash, is a product design student and represents Handsworth Ladies, as well as the Sheffield Hallam University. Noel again battling that midfield for the University of Sheffield. Played forward, looking towards Gibson, but Hallam win it back, and it's going to be a race to keep the ball in for Hinchcliffe. Near side the left. It's a good crossfield ball, looking for Doherty, who's got a bit of space to occupy. Fizzes the ball in, and it's just cleared in there by, I assume is Noel, as it goes out for a Hallam throw in about halfway inside the University of Sheffield half, with probably about midway through the second period.
Yeah, we're going to approach that sort of area the second half as the attendance has rapidly dissipated here as night has sort of began to shroud Hallam Sports Park. The women's rugby on the opposite pitch is just about to get back underway, I think, for their second half.
Lights begin to take full effect for the final 25 minutes or so of this varsity fixture.
It'd be really good if we could see a winner in this one.
Winner, yeah.
You know, when those first 2 goals went in 15 minutes, I thought we were on for a
bit of a thriller.
A bit of a a high-scoring thriller. But you know, it's still been a very cagey, very interesting, intriguing game of football. But hopefully we see the a few more goals.
Not a great deal of clip opportunities in the second half, has there?
Well, no, but really, good football. Do you know what I mean? And I think I'd rather see good football and a low score than scrappy football. I mean, I suppose entertainment-wise, you'd rather see 4 or 5 goals, wouldn't you, in each team? But I've really enjoyed watching this game here at Hallam Sports Park. Really good advert for the Bucks League.
Hallam have a throw in then, probably in line with the University of Sheffield penalty area. It will be taken by the number 7, Chloe Morehouse, for the side in maroon. It finds its way to Miller. Back out to Morehouse. The goal win it back though, and it's snatched by, can't quite see the number there, but one of the goal attackers.
We've just hit a bit of a lull, haven't we? You know what I mean? We just need something to inject a bit of urgency into the last sort of 20 minutes of this game, 25 minutes.
Throw taken quickly towards Bennett, who thinks she's held back, and the referee upholds her claims, as it will be a free kick to the University of Sheffield, just behind the penalty area, far side, the left, and a great opportunity to get the ball into the box, as we discussed just before half time. Is probably the most dangerous.
Exactly, these set pieces where
to score.
There have been set pieces today where it's been a bit low, maybe not quite the opportunity for someone to get the head on it, but maybe this could be different. It's a very dangerous position on that far side.
Ball's put into a dangerous area.
And it
it's a
comes
good
off the
save.
post,
What
does it?
does it look at the post?
Well,
Good save.
I
We
think-
haven't got the opportunity for replay, so possibly has it the beans on toast.
Well, I actually, I know you say I didn't actually hear the post. It just looked from my angle like it just
Throw
sort of
taken by Noel. It comes back to her.
grazed
Sorry to
it.
cut you off there.
Oh, you're right.
Pressure on the number 3 Hinchcliffe, and the referee awards her a free kick about a yard from the byline on the left-hand side in the Hallam half, which will be taken by keeper Sharp. Header won by Goggin. Lump forward, goes towards the keeper. Keeper's come to clean up on the far side and kicks it into touch for a University of Sheffield throw-in. Just probably in line with the penalty spot on the left-hand side.
Now, before the game, we were sort of doing a bit of research on the two teams, and are we right in saying that University of Sheffield win would be 6 on the trot for some?
Which would mean that 3 of the final years in the University of Sheffield side would have finished their career with 6 out of 6 wins against their bitter rivals.
Oh,
Like,
that is a
she won the ball.
strong challenge.
She won the ball. She claims she won the ball and given a foul. Certainly heard some contact there.
So yeah, I think the ball was won. I think it was just the follow through that, the contact and the aftermath of that, which is why I think the referee is not going to dish out a yellow card. I heard in the men's game we had a yellow card for 30 seconds, which doesn't set quite the right tone that you want, do you? But the referee today has been excellent. I think there's not been too many silly stoppages or anything like that. Let the game flow.
The game flow, yeah. So 6 freshers in either squad, incidentally. So certainly a lot of the first years breaking into the sides. And Hallam won a free kick on the far side, the right, to in a very similar position that the University of Sheffield just had about 5 minutes ago. They'll look to get the ball into the box and maybe get a head on it to take the lead once more.
Just realised our chairs that we had for the game have been taken away as the sun starts to set as the sun starts to set on Hallam Sports Park.
Free kick will be taken by number 11 Doherty. Low ball fizzed into the box, cleared away by goal, but won back by Doherty and wins another challenge, and again and goes towards the number 10, but Miles comes out and claims.
Miles has to be really careful there.
Lumps it forward, bounces just on the halfway line. Hinchcliffe wins the header for Hallam, and it runs out. We know it's still in play. Hinchcliffe loses out to our opposite number. And lump forward again towards Wilson, but probably coming back from an offside position, so it doesn't look to challenge for the ball, and it dribbles through to Miles in the University of Sheffield goal.
I think there was actually a surreptitious lace tying there that was going on there. Really well done there by Sheffield Union to win that ball from a backwards position. Oh dear.
Throw-in to be taken then, near side the left by Hinchcliffe. A bit quick stoppage here. I don't know if a lace tying going on.
It'd be interesting now as we approach sort of the last 15 minutes of this game, how fatigue starts to set in. Long seasons for both teams, long nights at Raw to come. So it'll be interesting to see how the two teams play their last 15 minutes. You think a bit of urgency would be injected.
Especially with it'll be interesting to see if sides will set up for the draw, obviously no extra time. So
yeah, exactly. And you think with the men's draw obviously happening earlier in the day. That's a point each, isn't it? If you come away with a draw, and Hallam obviously with 5 consecutive defeats against the Union, might be relieved to get a draw.
One,
but
yeah.
but that's saying as if this game's already won. This game is it's just on the balance, isn't it? Really, there's been no sort of runaway side in this second half. I think it's been very cagey, not as much end-to-end football as there was in the first, but still, finally poised this match. Union just trying to advance.
Hallam fans find their voices again on the far side with a rendition of Liverpool's "Allez, allez, allez" chant. This has been copied by many sides. They're certainly not the first to recycle that one. Hallam with a throw in near side the left, which will be taken by Hinchcliffe, as everyone is in the University of Sheffield half except the Hallam keeper. Taking down the line then towards Broadhurst. Back to Hinchcliffe, near side the left, inside to Wilson. He turns on a left foot, but it's cleared away by Cooper James for another Hallam thrown in a similar position.
Oh dear! There's a part of me this morning. There's a part of me this morning that was considering shorts. It was that nice this morning, but the wind's really starting to knife us here. Clear away from danger there by Unioff. Just past halfway. But
Clear header from Molly Graham.
Lovely ball. Searching ball.
Super clearance from Hinchcliffe.
Very well.
Did well there. Diving clearance. Wins it back. Plays it forward towards Nash, the substitute, who wins it off. Wins it off Driscoll King, but plays forward and out for a throw into University of Sheffield. Near side the right, just in front of us. Taken by In. And one in the midfield by Gibson. Play forward looking for Cooper James, but it's cleared away back towards the halfway line. And the Hallam number 10, Wilson. Plays inside in the centre circle towards Francis Creaser. And ball over the top and a chance for
well defended there by
number 11
Unioff.
Doherty. Speculative shot from the number 4 Miller, but just wide. Always going wide, I think that never.
Yeah, there's a little
never
part of
struck
me
in the post,
that thought, is that are we going to see a screamer from distance? But yeah, there was just the wrong contact. The power was not nice, the pace of the shot was lovely, but just the accuracy wasn't quite there.
One pot shot either end now, I think. Isn't it, in the second half,
exactly.
So.
You might be able to hear there on the opposite side, Hallam really making their voices heard, with the Unioff support seem to have dipped now in favour of the women's rugby, which I believe they've just scored a try in that one. Searching ball over the top.
Play forward towards Cooper James for Unioff, goes down, but used to coming together. University of Sheffield supporters have bill in vain for a foul. Hinchcliffe near side the left turns but runs the ball out of play. There'll be a throw to be taken by Emily Ind for the girls in goal.
Taken down by Bennett really well there.
And Noel wins a good challenge there. Plays it through to is it? I couldn't quite see the number there.
Maeve Brown, I think
well.
there. Just that final ball for Sheffield, really struggling to connect. The interplay is lovely at times, and that last touch, the last ball, really struggling. But then again, as I say before, Hallam haven't quite offered as much as they did in the first half. See, that for me has been maybe the strangest tactical move from Hallam. Their replacement striker Wilson looked really, really positive in that first half. Showed real sparks of life. Held the ball up really well, and they just haven't done the same to try and help her out in the second half.
They've got the service you would have hoped for.
No, exactly. But then again, neither has Sheffield. Sheffield hasn't really tried to. I think Eve Bennett probably was
got two number 14s on the pitch here as well, so do excuse us if for University of Sheffield. So excuse us if we've got the names wrong a couple of times. A bit of a mix-up.
as we approach the sort of last 10 minutes of this this second half. Flown by the second half, I think, actually, despite maybe the lack of
Excitement
clear-cut
level,
chances.
Been toned down a notch. Kicked into touch for a throw into the University of Sheffield, near side, far side, the left. Nice little ball fed through towards. Bit of throw into to Hallam, and on their right back position. That'll be taken by their right back, you would have thought. University of Sheffield win it back in the midfield, but ricochets out for a throw into to Hallam, to be taken just in front of the University of Sheffield bench. Yeah, certainly the heat map would have most of the territory in the middle third in the second half.
Yeah, it's been very cagey. As I say, I've said a couple of times today, it's been quite cagey in that middle third. A lot of short passes that have been just sort of broken up, you know. But as I said before, the referees let the game flow. Any time there's been sort of a challenge, let play advantage as she's entitled to, and it's created a really dynamic game of football, which has been great to see. I'll say that. Free kick now for Sheffield United inside their own half. Sheffield United, sorry? It's University of Sheffield inside their own half. Lovely ball there. And
cleared away by one of the Hallam defenders, and it'll be a throw to the University of Sheffield on the right hand side. As you mentioned, Sheffield United, obviously a good win for them on Sunday. They'll be looking forward to their trip to Wembley at the end of April to face Manchester City.
Taken down there.
Towards 14, but they were offside call in there, and no real complaints from.
No, I don't think so.
From
that
Naomi
one,
Cooper-Jones.
That one, you didn't really need a linesman
to adjudicate that on that.
Exactly.
Foul given against Knoll for Hallam, about 10 yards inside the University of Sheffield half. The team in goal retreat towards their 18-yard box. It'll be taken by the number 3 for Hallam, Eden Hinchcliffe. Just places it down. Takes a couple of steps back. Pumps it towards the box. It's tested down and cleared on the edge of the University of Sheffield penalty area. So they look to break through on the right hand side, plays it through towards, it's just intercepted and cleared away down the University of, down the Hallam left, sorry. Doherty comes away with it into the centre circle and finds Francis Creaser. She's cleared over towards 9 minutes. Judged offside. I mean, we're quite in line with that one. Probably just about the right call, but it was quite tight.
Shame I haven't got a flag because I would have waited for that, because that was definitely offside, that one.
Approaching the last sort of 10 minutes then here.
Yeah, sort of 83, I think. Sort of that sort of ballpark. Have to start thinking about player of the match. Been some good contenders from both sides, but have to weigh up that decision later on. Still could be a game winner in this tightly contested.
Don't want to call player of the match too early.
Varsity fixture, exactly. You don't, do you?
Lumps up towards University of Sheffield's number 6, I think, which we're not sure who that is because then Mia Brown's been substituted, but it goes out for a goal kick, and Hallam will take that as players retreat back towards the halfway line.
It's so cold now. As they, it's been a lovely day all told here at Hallam Sports Park. Some really good, well contested fixtures of all different sports. We're at the main event.
Definitely.
This is where it all concludes.
Well, goes up through towards Goggin.
Taken down really well there.
Yeah.
Just unlucky there was no one there else to help Naomi Cooper-Jones.
Goes through to her again here. Challenges with the keeper, loops over her.
Oh.
Did that cross the line?
Did it cross
With
the
no lines,
line?
that's going to be difficult. No goal given. And Hallam come away with it. It's won by Frances Creaser inside her own penalty area and put into touch for a University of Sheffield throw-in. That's certainly the closest we've come to a goal in the second half.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to say I don't think that was a goal, but it was ever so close. Again, if there was a similar one in the men's game earlier on today, there was a goal line clearance
Right at the end, wasn't it?
Right at the end of the fixture, yeah. So hopefully some late drama we could be seeing here as we approach sort of the last 5 minutes. Plus any stoppages the referee might want to add on. Obviously, Eve Bennett went down very early on in the second half, so could get a few extra minutes for this one. There's also a player down now. Just got back to her feet though, so it might only be 30 seconds or so. But yeah, we'll see if there are any stoppages to be added on. Both teams searching for that elusive winner. You'd think any goal at this stage would be critical for either the opposite team's chances of winning this game. Taken down there. Just trying to thread the needle. But Hallam now advancing. Wilson just past halfway.
He's got options left and right here. Goes right to Frances Creaser inside, but University of Sheffield's number 2, Molly Reaney, comes across and clears it out into touch for a throw-in.
Now I'm not going to lie to you, the 2 number 14s for the University of Sheffield, it's quite difficult.
Hallam number 7 has it. Chloe Morehouse here on the right hand side to throw in. Throws it infield to number 8, Frances Creaser, who wins it and has a shot at goal, but a comfortable catch for Miles, who looks to distribute quickly. Tony Pulis style lump forward. Good header on by Molly Graham. And cleared by Purcell, who had come through the Burton Academy and has studied sport and exercise science, and a throw into the University of Sheffield on the left hand side. Oh, promising here. Shoot, good save. Rebounds, and it's in. And it's in with the substitute, Kira Goggin. Bit of a masterstroke there from.
And the University of Sheffield, well deserving of taking that 2-1 lead.
Late in the day. I'm certainly delighted. The bench erupted over on the far side.
And Hallam will be dejected. First time the University of Sheffield have led in this game. They're heading for 6 consecutive victories over their rivals. And it was a really good piece of play from the Uni of really, I don't want to say poor defending from Hallam, but they just let the winger on the left side there have acres of space. I mean, I was originally going to say to square it in herself, but she had a dig. It was saved by the keeper, only parried as far as a substitute Goggin, who
comfortable tapping.
Exactly,
from
yeah.
7 or 8 yards out.
Still had quite a bit to do. There was a few bodies in the box there, but it was a very, very good finish, and not much time now. About a minute and a half of regular time for Hallam to try and find an equaliser out somewhere. Could be in for late drama, or could that be all she wrote for the University of Sheffield as they look to complete another whitewash on their Steel City rivals this season. Obviously a early in the season, 2-0 win away from home and a 1-0 win at home for the University of Sheffield. No win since before the COVID break that we took over here at Varsity for Hallam. And it'd be very difficult for them to break that losing streak today now. With so late left in this encounter.
Hallam got the ball away from kickoff. As they play down the right. Goes out for a Hallam goal kick. Just over the byline on the right hand side.
I mean, I think that goal came out of the amount of urgency that University of Sheffield had to inject themselves into the game. You know,
it came from winning a duel on the left hand side,
exactly.
didn't it? Getting into the penalty area, and once it was knocked past the defender, it was very promising with a lot of bodies to aim for in the box, and managed to pick one out via the goalkeeper's parry.
Well, we're approaching the last sort of 25 seconds of regular time. Not sure. You know, I would say we were absent of an electronic substitutes board, so we're sort of at the mercy of the referee.
My 2-1 half-time prediction's looking quite smart now.
It is indeed. As I say, early in the game, we might have thought this was going to be an end-to-end 5 or 6 goal thriller, but
so the current result would mean identical to last year's Varsity between these two sides.
Goggin
So
again. Oh, and it hits the
bar.
bar.
Ricochets over for a goal kick.
Just clips the top of the bar there. I'll tell you
Poked
what,
it from close range.
coming on as a substitute, Goggin will be devastated. Well, I don't think she'll be devastated actually. She scored potentially, touch wood for the University of Sheffield, the winner in the Steel City derby. The only Steel City derby that matters really, isn't it? The Varsity fixture.
Headed on by Noel. Wins a good challenge in there. Good ball snatching in the midfield. And wins a free kick for her side. 5 yards inside her own half.
Now, do you think you got a player of the match today in this fixture?
On the spot there. I would say I'll pick one from the winning side. Well, what looks like it's going to be the winning side, and I think I'll go for a player. It's actually about to go to the book, I think. But Amy Knoll, I think she's put herself around really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Got stuck into lots of challenges. Helped transition from defence to attack.
And the University of Sheffield, despite their recent dominance in this fixture, don't win today without a strong presence in defence, and Noel's really helped giving them that from that position of sort of holding midfield. So I think that's a perfectly good shout. As University of Sheffield just hope to let this game peter out, maybe a few time wasting techniques, a few rolls up of the socks.
They can't afford to be sat on our Hallam, haven't they? They've got to get the ball into the University of Sheffield box somehow.
Yeah.
Make a bit of territory.
And this would really be a very good result for the league champions. 3 seasons on the spin. It's played out now for a Hallam goal kick, and they're really going to have to try and push up the pitch. No one sort of approaching that halfway line really, apart from substitute Wilson. Taking quite a bit of time to take this goal kick now.
See if the referee's looking at her watch at all. Or
3rd minute of stoppage time.
Hallam throw in right hand side, so they look to commit as many bodies forward as possible. Maybe if they get a corner, the keeper might be
exactly
inclined to go up and taken in front of the University of Sheffield bench, where they win another throw in just inside their own half. Far side the right.
See, again, you're not too sure how long the referee's going to add on. Maybe another minute or so. I think we're approaching sort of the end of the 3rd minute of stoppage time. The Union just looking really to see out this victory, which has not been comfortable by any means. But they've really had to work for it today. Some great quality in this fixture from both sides. The Union just keeping it in the Hallam half. Throwing down the right channel. Hallam just really not even. There's not much attempt to try and get a foothold on this, as Union can try and break with speed. Goggin again going forward, and it's well saved by by the keeper Sharp. Pumped forward by Hallam into the middle of the pitch. Can't quite find the bodies to get them people forward. Uni of Sheffield win the ball again. It's Goggin again, the match winner. Touch wood for the Uni of. Launched forward by Hallam in towards the centre circle. Uni of have really got to be just clever. Really got to
there
play
by
smartly.
Noel. Takes one to the face.
In the 5th minute of stoppage time now. Just a few words being issued there by the referee. Just making sure there's no
The physio comes on.
no
a
issues.
bit of time wasting tactics possibly
physio
there.
comes on, goes straight back off again. Some tech is being shown there on the as we wait for this free kick to be taken, which could well possibly be the last action of this fixture. Uniov now just bleeding a few extra seconds from the clock. Ticking over into the 96th minute now of this game. 2-1 to University of Sheffield. Down to the right
forward towards Gibson. Header on, but just a bit too much on it, and he goes out for a goal kick, and that would probably be that.
I'd imagine when
5 minutes of added time already played. Free kick taken. Referee still hasn't looked at her watch, to our knowledge. A bit of a shove there, cleared out of play by Noel.
I'm really surprised they're going to carry on going with this now.
Box. There hasn't been a great deal of stoppages in the second half, hasn't there?
Apart from the injury early on.
No, there was that actually. Yeah, no, that is very true. But that certainly maybe didn't justify 5 or 6 minutes. But
well, we've had to force another ball onto the field of play. As Hallam now just look to really try and find an equaliser in the late stages of this one. Uniov doing some smart defending. Comes off the hand, but referee judges otherwise. Launched into the box. Oh, and Hallam trying to get a foothold on this one. It's Graham.
Free kick given against her for a late challenge, maybe there, just over the top of the ball.
You know, in spite of the defeat, I think Molly Graham would have been my player of the match if it was 1-1. I think she's been brilliant for.
Free kick given to Hallam
University.
Actually.
Wow, some late drama now, possibly. Again, this is fairly similar to what happened in the earlier game, where there was a late free kick. Didn't quite come to anything though. Perhaps this could be different. The bench on the far side would erupt if Hallam could squeeze an equaliser out of this game.
It's going to be Doherty to take it. No other contenders around the ball. Keepers stayed back. I guess not a corner, but yeah, the ball is in place.
Again, you'd think this would be the last chance saloon.
Inside the 18-yard box, takes 3 steps back, 2 steps to the side.
8th minute stoppage time now.
Goes to the side. Doherty steps up under the wall. Oh,
cleared away. Only to Doherty though. Referee's got the whistle to her lips, and there calls the full-time whistle, as it's a strong win for the University of Sheffield. Never quite comfortable, but a good win all the same. Hallam took the lead early on through Caitlin O'Callaghan, who was substituted off after the goal. Uni of Sheffield went straight up the other end and scored through Molly Ashman, and the game then, it's heated. It went back and forth. It could have gone either way, but it was that substitute there, Kira Goggin, who's being lifted aloft now by her teammates, who has won the game for the University of Sheffield, as the black and gold make it 6 now on the spin against the Sheffield Hallam University. What do you make of that then?
Yeah, I think it was a really good game of football, very close as anticipated, quite tight and cagey at times, obviously early in the second half, but 2 goals early on, and I feel probably University of Sheffield just about good value for that.
Just about edged it, I think, but as I say, Hallam very, very good worth here today. I think probably could feel a little bit unlucky at times, but I think if you're going to edge it either way, I think it probably would be for the University of Sheffield. But I think that wraps us up today on Forge TV. Thank you very much for joining us for today's women's football first team match between the University of Sheffield and Sheffield Hallam University. My name has been Ryan Batty. Owen Roberts has been beside me. Thank you very much, and we'll see you very soon.